Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian
What's up?
and Kevin.
Hello.
The original three. This is always nice. This was episode 5 of The Amazing Race, season 34. This was entitled The Amazing Race of Arabia. So the racers took a flight over to the Kingdom of Jordan, the homeland actually of our co-host Waleed, who unfortunately is having some apartment issues today, so he will not be joining us. It started in the Wadi Rum Desert. It was on an old steam engine that they rode out in from the Ottoman Empire. I thought that was really cool, actually.
Was
And then they had the extras that were basically from like Lawrence of Arabia, all riding in camel and horseback with swords and the whole get up riding. Yeah, those horses were fast. I mean, they were fast.
Bro, I have a bone to pick with this.
Oh boy.
Not in a bad way.
Uh-huh.
But the way they portrayed it was like, oh, this is like in a movie and this is supposed to be like kind of scary. And then they would cut to the contestants and they're all just like cheering their ass off. Like, yeah, whoa. They were in zero way ever concerned. And the other question I had about it was, are camels fast?
Yeah.
Right? Because were they not keeping up with those horses?
Yeah, they definitely.
That was crazy. I never ever.
Camels are pretty dope animals. Like they said, they don't have to drink for a week. They can carry stuff. They're pretty cool.
They're like a walking water bottle.
Horses are prima donnas. We're a camel.
But I would never. If I were to choose an object to be fast, I don't think I would ever put a water bottle on that list. So like it was like keeping up with those horses. So I wanted to know who was downplaying, who was overgoing.
No, I think they were just probably a nice little medium trot. But yeah, the camels can hold their own. Have you ever seen The Mummy?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them guys are riding camels. They're not riding horses. Some of the like secret society guys.
I just want one of those swords, to be honest.
The scythe. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. There's probably not a scythe. What I don't know.
The saber?
Saber.
Yeah, I guess it's a saber. Yeah, I misspoke there. Saber. See, Logan, you can't dock me there. We caught it within the 5-second rule on the floor. So route info here. So we also had Brian. You're a fan of team names here. Michael and Marcus are now calling themselves Team Car, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm all about team names.
We have another team name. The roadblock. First roadblock, the Arabian Nights did hand over the route info to tell them to come here. The roadblock was who wants to test their metal. It was having to find spaceship debris on a movie set, again, running along with that theme of like the Lawrence of Arabia. So the idea was that it was supposed to be a downed spacecraft. You had to use a metal detector to find one of the 9 pieces of metal. Our Mario Party reference of the day. There is a mini game in Super Mario Party that is actually called Metal Detectors, where you run around and you have to dig up coins for points. So there is your Mario Party reference of the day. This was, like I said, pretty straightforward challenge. Metal detector, find a piece of metal, grab it, and that'll be your clue. Anybody, any input really besides that on this one?
I mean,
I have a question as to why the dude kept picking up trash and just handing it over to the judge.
Yeah.
And kept coming
He's
back.
Like, this is metal. It's real engines.
Yeah, I don't get it. You said the rules were to find some metal pieces.
Right.
Also, that being said, who's littering that much right in that specific area?
It was definitely like decoys, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
But like at the same time,
well, the one piece he pulled out was like a tractor engine. Like it was weird.
Transmission.
Yeah. Like what the hell was that?
But like piggybacking off what Kevin said, it's like you were there, you saw somebody get the right thing. Why would you pick up a can?
Right.
Like you know it has a clue on it.
By 2-foot tile.
You're like, oh, I need to go to Fanta orange soda. Okay, that's where I need to go.
The desert plays tricks with your mind, Brian.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's true. Everything is an oasis.
Everything. Yeah. So again, pretty straightforward on that one. When you completed, this is where you got the information to go to the city of Petra, which is a huge ancient city archaeological site. It's considered one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know we had.
I looked this up. Yes.
Why?
I looked this up.
Expansion of the playoffs, right? We can't just keep the natural wonders of the world. We need to add more. And there's also like, it just I don't know why that
I mean,
bothers me so
I
much.
really think Indiana Jones put this place on the map, to say the least. No, not really, but it is a sick place. But the only place I've ever seen it in anything is in Indiana Jones, and every time I thought that it was fake, but now I know it's actually real.
I did recognize it from Transformers too. I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, I did
Oh,
that.
it was
yeah,
in
it was Last
Transformers.
Crusade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember the members. Detour. There were two this week. It was the Camel Caravan, well, not two, but two for the Detour, the Camel Caravan and the Palace Puzzle. The Camel Caravan, you had to go and fill a bunch of giant jugs of water and keep carrying them back to fill up for these camels, and also had to get 4 big bags of hay. The puzzle was one of them traditional slide puzzles that we've been doing since we were kids. They were just large pieces on a panel, very akin to a Survivor or the Challenge type of mission. Michael and Marcus Team Car said it themselves. Damn, the camel one is much harder than the puzzle one. Does anyone disagree?
No, I mean, why would you ever?
Oh, not at all.
That seems like a pretty obvious one to me, guys, right?
Yeah.
I was shook when they picked that. Like very, very shook.
That also being said, I know how dumb I am when it comes to slide puzzles, that I think I probably would have been like, all right, let's just muscle this one out. Nah, it still would have been the wrong choice.
I don't think you ever do the muscle thing anymore. Like in Amazing, it doesn't seem to ever
Bill,
pay dividends.
have you ever seen how strong I am?
Doesn't pay dividends. I just, again, for them losing first place and going all the way down, I'm trying to think back in any of the seasons we watched, or if Logan, you're watching, like what I want to know the most significant changes in place that somebody made, or this like the most obvious dumb mistake, choosing one obviously harder one over another that led to them to drop or get eliminated. Now, it didn't happen to Team Car. They didn't get eliminated.
Did that happen in the first season we watched, Bill?
I remember there being one where there
was
was
a big
first.
one.
We saw.
I'd actually be more interested in the one where everybody went the easy way and somebody went hard.
Yeah, well,
and they benefited from it.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean.
Well, if it was the hard one, then they wouldn't have. But my point is that I think, Brian, what you said, I think when we watched season 1, someone went from first to last in a leg. But I even just mean more specifically where it's
eliminated.
Like, this one looks super hard, and this one seems relatively easy. And like somebody who was in the lead or high up chose the obviously hard one, and like everyone else chose the easy one type of thing. Or like this one where only like 2 or 3 people chose the camel. 2 people chose the camel, right?
I think 2 groups did.
Yeah. Like, okay, you have to. You're now adding an animal into the equation instead of 8 slide puzzle pieces. Like, it's a no-brainer.
That's a good point.
No,
well, you also don't know how many puzzle pieces.
Dude,
like when you read it,
the camel can run away.
But no, you are not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. But yeah,
there was a dog too. Nice quick shot of a little puppy running around the desert. So we're big animal lovers here on the podcast.
Salute the DMX.
Oh, I think it was wolf. Desert wolf.
A dingo.
Dog. A dingo.
A dingo.
I don't think it had a tail. It's like my cat. The pit stop.
Doberman.
The pit stop was the Great Temple. Really cool. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I heard the Great Temple, I always think of something like Zelda. I just was like, which temple is that? But you know,
I mean, the fact that thing is even exists is phenomenal.
It's so
like how the hell did they do that?
I talked about the size of that area being like 9 islands of Manhattan.
It's so cool.
Like, that's not unfathomable. I mean, been in large places, but I mean, that's just
like, think about the stuff that they needed to invent just to even get up there.
Or the aliens.
The aliens.
Well, we all know that now, Bill, that it was ancient aliens, but we don't want the FBI on this page. So
no, we've already. Well, no, they're too worried about Rogan and the UFO pilots, so I think we're okay. Unfortunately, we have another eliminated team, but also fortunately, because that means it's not an elimination leg. Linton and Sharik, they finally didn't make it. They were cool. I really liked their relationship dynamic. I thought she was a lot more of a good sport this week as compared to last week. I'm also still waiting to see what Tim said about like the money coming into play for them. I just don't see where any of them have used any leg money. They didn't do anything.
Yeah, they're really like letting these people skate by with like what's really happening between and like did Claire and Derek just like catapult up? Because I thought they were in like the bottom second
Because
rung.
they did, yeah, because they could
Just did the
they
easy
did
part and they just trained quicker.
their metal detector. They went quickly.
Okay.
I think those most of the groups were like relatively bunched. Was
Okay.
I wrong this week? I didn't see them introducing the times that they left. Like a lot of times they'll say 15 minutes later.
Yeah, I just remember them going. I don't remember.
I
the
don't think they
times.
highlighted the time this week that they
Conspiracy
usually
theory.
I think what they did this week was they were looking at how well it would like almost work on the teams referencing the difference in time between. So it was like, oh, we're here. The guys are right there. So
they tried to use that.
so we
context
know.
clue,
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think that's smart. I also, again, though, I think we've all agreed here that like we just want data. Just give us as
Please.
much data as possible. I want to know what's going on.
Shout out to Team Croquette. That's my team taking that dub.
Taking that dub. Take that 5K. Enjoy yourself. You deserve it.
Yeah. What?
It was better than Claire and Derek getting it.
Yeah, definitely. No, boo, big brother.
Boo. Boo Fessy.
Yeah, boo Fessy every time.
But yeah, overall, look, not the best leg this week. I think it's a cool location. I'm wondering if I think they may be there again next week, to tell you the truth. It seems like it's a pretty intense location to go out to. There's a lot more to see, probably. I'd be curious to see if they do more in Jordan next week. I didn't watch the please check out all of our other coverage this week. We have 2 episodes of Bachelor in Paradise. We have Survivor. We also have the Challenge Ride or Die Week 2. We're going to have the Week 1 review, probably out by the time you're seeing this, of Love is Blind Season 3 on Netflix. Jersey Shore season finale also is dropped by the time this video is out. We loved it. Next for Jersey Shore, we'll have the Season 1 retro review, season episode by episode of Jersey Shore Season 1. We're going to release that in one big batch after we've recorded them, so me and Brian don't fall into the Juan Pablo trap where we had to watch episodes of Juan Pablo weekly to keep up with the retro season of a show that aired 15 years ago. So
you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
Not do that anymore and hold ourselves hostage to the past. To the past. But for myself, Brian, and Kevin, thank you. Peace.
See you.